As probably most of you are aware, there's been an update to the Western Wilds. Because there's been an update, obviously, as you've probably read, new game save is required. So what I have done is I have still got my old save game saved up, but I am preparing to move to the new map. So I am redoing our maps as they were map as it was originally. I kind of got used to learn how to use GPS, as you can see, and that way it gives me the ability to have a more realistic, I suppose you could say, scenario than what we have. We have a DEUTZ-FAHR tractor because that's what was on special. I was gonna just add the John Deere, but then I thought, you know what, I don't really use DEUTZ that much, so let's buy this since it was on special. Now we are exactly the same financially. Well, exactly, I don't think we're exactly, because I think I had 49,000 something. So we are in exactly the same position that we were last time, other than the fact that obviously I have to recreate the fields that we did. I do believe that this one will go through the trees, yes, and I'll fix it on the way back. Yeah, I have to recreate the trees. I have to replant and so on the fields, and I'm not going to show you that whole thing again. It's pointless. You don't want to see the whole exactly the same thing again as what I've done in my previous episode. So I'm going to get it up to that point, and then we'll pick it up from that point. The reason that I changed is because in the new Let's Play, that area, that fenced area, towards the middle, I'll show you, around the 25-26 fields now can be repaired and can be used. Now you can't repair the buildings, which is a bit sad, but anyway. And because it can be used, I thought, you know what, and apparently he's dropped the number of trees down, so we can add trees. Not that I have any interest in adding trees. I mean, we got plenty of trees on the map. I don't ever see myself cutting all of them down, not even close to that. But the fact that we could use that area, I thought, you know what, maybe I will move that way as well, since we own the whole map. So since we're kind of pretending that this whole thing is ours, let's just deal with these trees now. Since we're pretending that the whole thing is ours, I thought, well, what's the point in just having, you know, a place where you keep all your equipment just in one spot, and that's it. Is there any other trees around here? Yes, there is. This one's right here. Might as well get rid of them now. So I thought that way I can move down there, put my animals on over there. Hey, go away. Put my animals over there, and that way would give me, you know, sort of spread it all over the place, which is, if you remember what I said anyway, but at the time you couldn't really fix that. Okay, go away. You couldn't really fix that area. It was sort of useless, and because it was useless, it kind of didn't really make much sense for me to utilize that area. But now it does. So two things have changed. One, now I know how to use GPS. Oh, where are you going? That was my fault for allowing him to sort of go really berserk in speed-wise. Yeah, so now I can use GPS, and that way I get a little bit straighter lines, a little bit more realistic. Let's face it, in real life farmers do use GPS, so you know, it's fantastic. We're going to make this field a little bit more square, and we'll see what happens with the fields that we create along. So we're going to recreate the 3 fields that we have, going to replant them. I'm not sure if I'll be able to use exactly the same seed. I think I can, because I believe it's in the same year. So we'll get all that done, and then when I'm up to speed, we'll start a new episode. All right. Okay, I'll get this finished, and I'll see you when we're up to the same place where we were last time. Well, welcome back to Western Winds, or Western Winds. All right, so what am I doing? As you've probably seen in the little time lapse that I probably will put at the beginning of this video, of this episode, I have restarted and then restarted, and now I'm restarting. And you may ask, why so many restarts? Well, very simple. For whatever reason, and I don't know why, but for whatever reason, the map would not load, and I'm hoping that this is not another one of those. So I redid the fields exactly as they were. Oh, what am I doing? Redid the fields exactly as they were. Went through the whole lot, and then planted them to get them to exactly the same spot as what we were. And when I went to actually using them, well, filming, thinking, oh well, I'll leave it up to the spot where we were, and then I'll record an episode once I'm there, type of thing. What do you think happened? I could not load into the game anymore. So it kept telling me that this mod is clashing with it and so on. So I went through it and deleted mods after mod after mod, and every time I deleted the mod, it told me that it's clashing with. It made absolutely no difference, because nothing changed. It still clashed with the same mod, and it still did exactly the same thing. And after there was no more mods that was clashing with, it still would not start. It just told me that it's corrupted LUA or ULA, whatever it is. So against my wishes, I restarted again and did the same thing, and now I'm restarting again. So I'm hoping that this is not going to be the trend from now on, kind of a thing. And since I'm restarting so many times, obviously, as you can see, I've added a bit of cache. Now we're not going to keep it like that. We're still going to go to similar setup as what we had last time. The only thing that I did is I didn't want to have to go through rebuilding field after field after field. So I've decided to change completely the layout of this part of the map. And I'm going to make this side of the map will be a serial map. So if we put any animals on this side of the map, will most likely be pigs. Now I know you're thinking, why did you restart? Oh, I don't really want it to be that close. Well, we'll do it this close, and if something happens, I will then change. Oh, hang on now. Oh, that's... You know what? We'll stick to this line, because I would rather have a little bit more space in between the fields than less space in between the fields. So why did you restart, you may ask? And if you don't play this map, you're probably not aware, but there's been an update on this map. And because there has been an update on this map, it required that a new save game. And because it required a new save game, obviously I had to restart the map if I wanted to use the new save game, if that makes sense. And because I did want to use the new save game, I had no choice but to restart. And the reason that I did want to use the new game, the new updated version, is because that little bit, as you can see, that at the front you can now fix the fences and utilize it. So I was kind of thinking that that will become our animal enclosure type of thing, where we'll put our cows, our pigs, and so on. And I think that's about roughly where we were last time. And because of that, obviously, I restarted the game. Yeah, so, okay, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get back to the right line. Yeah, so I'm gonna redo the fields, but I've decided to sort of do a little bit of a different setup. Since I've done the same setup so many times, I honestly did not want to have to go with the same setup again. So what I'm doing is just outlining 4 fields square fields this time on this part of the map, and we'll worry with other places around the map. We'll do some uneven fields and so on and so on. What annoys me a little bit, I don't know why I did that, is the fact that I didn't realize that there was no mod conflict. It had more to do with the game than the actual mod itself. I don't know, so I deleted so many of my good mods, thinking that that's the dilemma, and then I realized that it was not the dilemma. But anyway, what do you do? Time to refresh the mods, which obviously I was not planning to do, but hey, such is life. I have, like I said, don't pay attention to money and equipment. I am going to keep this tractor because on my second restart, when I started to play the map, the cheap tractor that was available was a DEUTZ-FAHR, or DEUTZ-FAHR, whatever it's called. So I thought, yeah, whatever, we'll use that. But then it wasn't a DEUTZ-FAHR, then it was a JCB that was available the third time that I've restarted. And you know what, I actually really like JCBs, but ironically I found myself that I don't ever use them. So I am going to keep this tractor, and I am going to keep this plow, as you will recall. I'm sure that you will recall. Let's get rid of this. As you will recall, we leased this plow in the very first time we restarted, and we were going to use it, and then we had a different plow. But you know what? I thought, since we're kind of restarting so many times, I'm just going to restart with this plow straight up. Now we are going to go to the same equipment that we had last time. I'm trying to think, where am I going? Should I have these fields exactly the same, or have this one a little bit bigger? You know what, I'm going to have it exactly the same, because most likely what I'm going to end up doing, if things work out, is I'm going to join these fields together as we are able to buy bigger planters, bigger combines, and so on. So what was the issue, you may ask? And you know what, as much as I would love to tell you, I honestly don't know what the issue was. One thing that ironically kept coming up, and even now, when I deleted all the mods and I just went through no mods whatsoever, the combine, ironically, which is an in-game combine, was throwing out warning signs, which I found really kind of unbelievable. Like, what would the combine have to do, being an in-game combine, with the actual problems? And so it kind of didn't make sense why I'm having problems with the combine. But I couldn't figure it out. Like I said, no matter what I did, I could not figure it out. And I had the same problem in FS22 after the update. So what I forgot to check if there was an update. I wonder if Farming Simulator did an update, and that's my problem. But as of yet, I haven't got a clue, so I don't know. This is why we're restarting again. Now, I really hope that this is not restart over restart over restart over restart, and then I keep restarting the map, because if I have to do that, I probably will just abandon the map. I don't mind playing without mods, that's not an issue, but it is an issue if I have to forever be restarting the maps and all that sort of stuff. It's not much fun. Okay, what are you doing? Oh, hang on. We have the choice of either this. No, see, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to change the lines and kind of do it about here. So we're just going to drive this up. Okay. Yeah, so I'm not going to restart again. If this fails, I don't know how to, how to deal with this if it fails again. Definitely not looking forward to me having to restart again and again and again. Yeah, kind of a thing. But I say that, and I actually may end up doing exactly what I say I'm not going to do. Get rid of this tree. Now I am going to put roads and all that sort of stuff here. So we're not really going to have any issues as far as roads and those kind of things is concerned. What I don't know is, am I going to hit, which I believe I will be hitting, these trees. Okay, so let's go as close as possible. Okay, let's think about this. You know what? I may actually end up just taking out this tree over here. And taking out this tree over here. Is there any other tree that kind of sticks out? No, there isn't. So we kind of have like that type of thing. And we're gonna do this, and then what I'll probably end up doing is just somehow make it stay together or join together in a way. So we'll figure it out as we go along, don't worry. So we'll do this, and we'll figure out a way to join the fields together. Now I do have a much bigger plow, as you can see it over there, with the big John Deere tractor, which is a John Deere tractor that we had originally. Am I going to keep that John Deere tractor? I honestly don't know as yet. It kind of sort of leaves me looking at maybe a different type of equipment altogether, maybe sticking to JCBs and I don't know, some equipment that I don't go back. Some equipment that I don't really use a lot. I'm not quite sure what that equipment may be as yet. Obviously we're going to be heavily dependent on whatever is on sale as well, because I don't want to add all the, like, your big equipment, even though the fields are very big. I'm not going to add like, your massive tractors. I may just have like a big tractor and two smaller tractors. So the JCB here being our bigger tractor, maybe having two older tractors or something, I don't know. But I definitely don't want to be in a position where I get all the big equipment to start up with, because then it's pointless. And we're not going to add animals as a cheat or anything like that. Everything that we do, it will be simply getting ourselves in similar position to what we were on our first episode, and then from then onwards we will look at simply updating as we sell stuff and as we make money from normal type of farming, if that makes sense. Whoa, where are you going? Where am I going? Okay, this is not going to help me. That looks about right. Alright, so I won't bore you anymore with me redoing all these fields. I just thought I'd give you a quick update, and also give you a bit of an explanation to see why all of a sudden when you'll see the next episode, it will look totally different. So this will be just a little bit of an introduction to what the episode's going to be once I finish these fields. And once I finish these fields, we're obviously then going to look into starting where we were. Okay, so I'll see you then. This is our fourth restart on the map. So I had the original where I did my first couple of episodes, and then there was an update, so I decided to move on to the update purely because this area now is a little bit more user friendly. You can actually repair the fence and other bits and pieces on it. So I've decided that this is going to be our animal farm or something along those lines. Or who knows, we may just end up utilizing this as our house. I'll move the house over here because you can get rid of all these things. You can sell them at a loss, that is. You can't sell them for money, obviously. So once I moved on to the new map, if that makes sense, I realized that I went through, loaded the map on, the new update. I redid our fields as they were originally. Went to log in the second time after I got it to the point where I could say, well, we're back to where we were before I updated. What do you think? I could not load into the map. So frustrated, I kind of deleted a few mods, had an issue. Then I re-deleted the map, started all over again. Again, the map loaded fine, not a problem with all the mods. So from scratch, it loaded with all the mods, not an issue at all. And then I again did the fields exactly as we had, well, as close as exactly to what we had in the first, first one into a couple episodes. Did the whole thing again, saved it, went to work, came back the next day thinking, I'm going to film another episode. Again, it wouldn't load up. So then it kind of got frustrating. So I went through the whole lot, deleted again all the mods that I thought, they kept saying that they're not going to work, and so on. Deleted the whole thing. And realized very quickly that, I deleted probably 60-70% of my mods because it kept throwing errors. And then I thought to myself, let's try a new map, see if the same map is giving me the errors, because at this point I was deleting all my mods. And guess what? They weren't. So I thought, there must be an issue with the map. So deleted the map again and started again. I may throw in a couple of clips in time lapse showing all these restarts, or I may have already done it at the beginning. And so I deleted the whole thing and restarted again. And I said, you know what? Since I'm gone through, this is the 4th restart. I changed the size of our maps, the size of our fields, and the style of our fields. Oh, great! And now they're rectangular and square, and obviously a lot bigger. And I said, this is the area that we can utilize. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, to be really honest. I may just, oh look, there's the 3 points over there. I didn't even notice them. I'm just noticing them now. So let's go over there and have a look. I'm not 100% sure what I am going to do with the map, with this area over here. I may simply just make it my yard or something like that. So I wonder if he put the thing there when you cut them. Where are you guys? Okay, did I miss them? Oh, they're there. There you are. Now we'll find out where they are. Cutting these posts, the chainsaw will permanently remove all power lines in this area. Cutting the signpost, the chain post will permanently remove all loose scrap in this area. Cutting the signpost will permanently remove all trees from this area. There you are. Beautiful. So we can pretty much clean up the whole area and utilize it. And like I said, even though I build a fairly decent, I'll show you what I'm talking about, yard over here. You know, we got a decent yard. It's empty, obviously, because I didn't want to all of a sudden have all the buildings, and we don't even have a silo as yet. You know, I may end up using that area as the home base. After all, it is almost in the middle of the map. So it's probably a little bit more user-friendly as far as getting around once I start utilizing the whole map. Or I may just use it as my house type of thing and just put a silo in the middle there, and that would be our area where sort of I live type of thing. So I haven't really decided, but we are obviously going to utilize that area in one way, shape, or form. If you have any suggestions, feel free to write them down. I'll be very keen into reading your suggestions. So we have equipment-wise, I moved our house from over there onto the side. I put some lights. I fenced it in and I put some lights on the poles. Equipment, we have the DEUTZ, and these 2 tractors. The reason I bought these 2 tractors is because in my 2nd and 3rd restart, in the 2nd I got the DEUTZ, in the 3rd I got the JCB. As you remember, in the 1st one I got a John Deere. So in the 4th I decided to get these 2 tractors. I changed to this combine purely because the Nova 303 was giving me error codes. Which is strange because that's not a mod, but even after I reloaded this game, this save, that was still coming up with a warning sign. And obviously we have a cutter. What on earth? There you are. I'm completely losing it right now. I completely forget what the silly thing is called. Headers. There you are. I've only been playing Farming Simulator since 2015. We also have a corn header and in the same trailer. And we also got this tractor over here, and same plow that we leased, a spreader, and just a sort of like a small everyday type tractor. Now what we have as discount is we have this. And you know, I was thinking maybe we should update it to, you know, with the size of the fields, we're going to need something a little bit bigger. So $18,000, we do have the money, so we're going to buy it. Oh, go away. And let's go and pick it up from the... We also have this truck. This is a mod trucks that I got. They're pretty cheap. So both of these trucks under, this one's $50,000 and the other truck I think is about $30,000. You can get that off ModHub. So we're pretty much where we need to be as far as equipment. We're a bit ahead of where we were, but we're not too far ahead, and we don't have the latest and the most, you know, up-to-date equipment. So it's fine. We will get there. We'll upgrade it as we go along. All right, I'll get this back to our yard, and then we will see what happens. We'll find ourselves some work.